Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's New. Today's date is Thursday, the 1st of August 2024, the year of 1,000,000 transactions per second or more. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, today we have got the dynamic trio in the house. There is myself, there's Bearoshi, and there is Nicky New of Genuine Retweets and BSV Business and all that. So we're just going to have a little chat and see how it flows. Let's get into it.
SirToshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1,000,000 strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the terror node, you'll surely see.
Here we go. Right, lads, how are we? Nicky New, you want to introduce yourself just quickly to everybody?
Yeah, how you doing, everyone? I'm the main man. I'm buzzing, and I've got a 10-inch Corey, and mate, I can't wait to dance tonight,
man. Too much information.
Yeah, I know, doesn't it? Right, but I'm all good, Toshi, mate.
You're making everyone jealous. What the fuck? Give us all a chance.
They're always jealous, mate. It's going to stay that way as well, yeah. I'm just looking forward to working tonight, Toshi, mate. I dance on Thursdays, don't I? So I'm buzzing. I've got loads of energy. I'm well excited. Everyone's texting me and that because they're excited as well. So it's a good time to have a chat now and just let a bit of energy go. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
yourself, mate. You good? You good,
mate? I'm good. Well, you know, I'm trying to recreate the magic, mate. Let's introduce Bearoshi and let him introduce himself and see what he says. He might have a 10-inch Corey as well. Who knows?
Well, I don't know if I can follow up that introduction, but hey, I'm just here to learn, man. Yeah, so I just, fairly new to the space, not for either or side of whatever the narrative may be. Just want to get down to the facts and the truth, no matter what the opinions are.
Yeah. So, how did you find your way into this wilderness to start with?
It started with Bitcoin at the beginning with Cliff High, and then start reading his notes that he had, and he started talking about Veritasium. So I got into that with a buddy of mine, and then from there we just start learning about crypto. And then fast forward this year, just learned about BSV and with Terra nodes. So it just started like that, real simple.
And has there been any eye-opening moments for you so far?
Actually, the eye-opener was when, with the Veritasium project with Reggie Middleton, he mentioned that people should look more into BSV and what Craig Wright had created. And so that piqued my interest. And so it was just surprising to hear that from him, knowing what his background is, and he have a lot going on with his project. But I found more interest in learning more about this project with BSV and this back and forth with Bitcoin. And I just want to learn, that's it.
I'll tell you something, Bearoshi, yeah. Usually when I speak to Yanks, and they yap on, I just literally pay and say, shut the fuck up, mate. But your accent is well good, man. Where is your accent from, man?
I'm from the States.
Yeah, I know you're from the States, bruv, but I quite like North Carolina accent and all those Southwest ones. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
All the Southern ones, but you got a good accent, bruv. Where are you from, man?
Michigan.
Michigan. Where is that? Can you just give us a bit more geography about Michigan?
Near Chicago.
Just is north of. I'm beneath Canada. It's the glove, the famous glove.
Yeah, right. I'm with you, man. Yeah. Good accent, bruv.
Yeah, so Lake Michigan is one of the 3 big lakes, isn't it?
Yeah, then you got 7 of them. I don't know them by heart, so don't ask me. I just know we surrounded by a lot of water.
Flint, isn't it? It was Flint that had the issue with them.
Yep, they got the issue with it. Yep.
That's right, so Flint, Michigan.
We still around there and still dealing with that, and even not just that, but other cities as well now. So it's bad everywhere if you don't have good water.
Mate, if I was from where you're from, I'd be straight down to North Carolina, I would.
What's in North Carolina?
Just that bloody accent, mate. I love it. Honestly, I love it. I'd actually go there for the accent, just to hear them talk like that for 2 weeks.
pack up the truck and just move for the accent.
Yeah, even though I'm black, mate, I'm like a proper redneck sort of thing as well. Yeah, you know what I mean. I love country music and all that for some reason, and you know what I mean. It's I'd be straight down Carolina, mate, if I was where you're from.
Yeah, I do have plans on visiting one of these days in the coming years. You know, I heard they have good watermelon.
Yeah, mate, that's definitely a reason to go in it. That's not an innuendo for nothing, is it? Like, no, that's brilliant, mate. It's because straight down from you is where all the magic happens, for as far as I'm concerned, mate. You know what I mean? It's all the places I want to go, man. Straight down south from where you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to go to Florida. They have a nice restaurant. It's right on the water, so it's just I look forward to discovering that. And they have this. It's not a zoo. You get on the boat, and you're able to. They have this big glass on the bottom of the boat. It's secure, but the tour take place underwater. You can look down.
Wow, man! Wow.
And the tour guide, he talks about the different fishes and the history behind the creek and stuff like that. It's pretty neat.
Can you see the BSV price down there at the bottom of the lake? trying to get a breath of air and swim upwards. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Give it some oxygen.
Yeah.
That was a good one, Tramp. That was a good one.
We're on form. So you bring it out of me, man. It's you. You bring it out of me.
Yeah. Well, let's get into Bitcoin then. Yeah. Are you all about the price these days, Nick? Is it the price for you, or are you looking at what's going on under the bonnet?
I still got one eye on it.
Yeah.
On Bitcoin, but not as much as I used to. But quite happy to sit and have a conversation with you guys about it. Of course, you know, it's still technology which, as an entrepreneur, you've got to keep an eye on, because things can happen, and anything decent happens, Toshi, our team will be discussing it. You know, I met Ben for the first time yesterday. He come all the way to Tunbridge Wells.
How'd it go?
You know, brilliant, mate. We had a brilliant day. We had a really, really good day. We was having cream tea in the Ivy. We did, mate. We loved it. We were having a few beers in the sun. His missus and daughter went shopping down the Pantiles and spent a few quid. And, you know, we were talking about BSV businesses, Toshi, still, even though we don't have one anymore. And we were talking about Bitcoin businesses, you know, what can be started, what can be done with it and all that sort of stuff. We didn't come up with much, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But we got one eye on it, Toshi. That's where I stand right now. So quite happy to listen to you guys' views and get involved, have a chat. And, you know, add a little bit, mate, of opinion that might not sit nicely with your core supporters, but could make for an interesting chat. That's, I'll probably say, where I'm at, Tosh.
Yeah, well, I guess, one of the use cases I'm looking at is data integrity. So, for example, if you're law enforcement, you know, or bailiff or anything like that, you need to make sure that your warrant has been authorized and is issued, because otherwise you're turning up with fake documents. So one of the ways that you can actually check that a warrant has actually been authorized is via the blockchain, because you've got data integrity. You can see when it's been signed, you can see when it's been stamped, and then all these things are time stamped on the Bitcoin network. So that means if anybody questions it, you can show it straight away, and that means that it works both ways. It protects the bailiff to make sure they're not turning up with fake warrants. And it also protects the potential victim from being defrauded. I mean, that's just like one example of data integrity that everybody should be using. Because if your cock is on the block, for want of a better word, you want to make sure that you've got your ass covered by making sure that everything's legit. And it's the same with in pharmaceuticals or that. You want to make sure that you're getting a genuine pharmaceutical product. Well, the supply chain should be followed on the blockchain, and you can see where it's been maybe held in storage for too long. You can see where price hikes have been added. You can see where extra weight has been added to the package. You can see who's been holding it, where it's gone, the route it took. You can see everything, mate. So just something like that.
Well, they've got systems in place now that do that claim to do that. But then the other thing is how do you get a whole industry to switch their entire process of doing things and manage it to make such a switch? Would be a question, right? Because I don't think that would be an easy process for any business, and I think that would have to be something that would have to be managed, Toshi. You'd have to manage it closely.
But it would save on administration costs.
Well, yeah, in the long run, once it's implemented, yeah. But as we all know, with software, hardware, and all that sort of stuff, you have to implement it into your business as well, which it's not going to be a cheap process to switch all your processes and how you do things over to something else. I'm just saying, like, they'll have to consider the cost of switching as well, and the time and the upheaval and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, if you were just simply using, for example, like QR codes and literally just scanning it at each step of the way, all you would need is an auditor to just simply look over it, and that's it. You wouldn't need any administration staff actually administering and monitoring the process, because the blockchain does it all. So you'd actually save costs.
It's true. I get that. I get that. But then there's also, you wonder, do some of these businesses want everything out in the open, right? Especially.
Yeah, but it's not in the open, is it? It's private. All you'd see is a transaction on the blockchain. You wouldn't know who it was or where or who done it.
Someone will find it. You know, some clever clogs like Jimmy and Loose will find it, or someone like that. You know, so these pharmaceutical companies, Toshi, we both know they put on extortionate profit margins onto their product. They know everybody needs them now. Once that's out in the open, what happens to their reputation even more? You know, would they go for that? Do they want that? You know, I think some of you are naive a little bit, thinking that these people want everything out in the open. No, that's Craig Wright that wants everything out in the open. Yeah, the gangster down the road over there who's doing business with the Albanians, he don't want everyone to know nothing about what he's doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but even a gangster's got to run their operations. Everything can be run privately. You literally, as CSW said, their identity is completely firewalled from the blockchain. All you see is the wallet address that a transaction goes to and from. That's it. There is literally no way of finding out unless you spend exorbitant amounts of resources and time and effort literally knocking on doors. And no one's going to do that for anything less than $1 million worth
why not
of
just use Monero then?
Because Monero's centrally controlled.
Yeah, I know, but then that would be your argument for not using it. But no disrespect, Toshi, you don't use any blockchains anyway. Yeah, but I'm talking about people that have skin in a game and have a business. You know, I'm talking about them people. Yeah, you explain to them what you've just said, they'll say, "Piss off, mate. You know, this works fine. No one knows what we're doing." That's what they would say.
Oh yeah, but
well,
I'm
this legal.
Yeah.
Is this legal or illegal activities we're talking about?
Well, I mean,
both.
again, that's the sort of thing you might hear Craig talk about. But a lot of these people don't care, and it seems to me like with a little bit of a backhander and a friend in the right place, things that used to be illegal can suddenly get swept under the carpet.
Well, those will only work for exchanges that's doing the same activities. BSV is not the tech. Let me say this: the technology wouldn't appeal to those who want to do those activities.
Well, no, it wouldn't. That's like saying, you know, a drug dealer doesn't want to go to the police and tell them which houses he's serving. Do you know what I mean? It's
right. So that wouldn't be the target audience. The target market, you could say, as far as this technology, would be for those who want to just do regular business, from mom and pops to corporations.
Yeah, but even gangsters will want in on this, mate. Like, imagine you're doing a drug deal, and you doing a drug deal for like $10,000 or whatever. You've got $10,000 in shit that does nothing, that you either have to stash under your pillow, which, you know, if you've got a few issues with a few of the other people on the block, they can come around and steal, or you've got it in the bank, and then the bank asks where that's going, but it's also losing value because of inflation. So either way, a criminal still wants to be holding Bitcoin. They want to hold Bitcoin for the appreciation in value, and therefore it's easier to get Bitcoin via doing business for it rather than actually purchasing it through a centralized source, because then you have to go through KYC. So even drug dealers will be wanting Bitcoin.
Mate, you ain't be funny, Toshi, mate. You ain't no expert on drug dealing yet, and you know you're a clean man, and you're a good clean man, you know, and so all three of us making that assumption. But you know, let's not exclude things like artwork, right?
Yeah.
Let's not exclude things like rubies and diamonds, and let's not exclude tangible things which people can go, well, take these 10 Rolexes as a down payment for this bit of coke that's coming over here inside the watermelons, or however they're going to do it. You know, there's more ways than just cash and Bitcoin that these people will do, and they're obviously always inventing new ways, aren't they, to transact and, you know, ship monies to people and et cetera, gold or whatever. You know, there's other ways as well. But I disagree, Toshi, in terms of them. If they wanted it on the blockchain, I don't think they would.
Well, no, but they would. What I'm saying is they would want Bitcoin. everybody's going to be clambering over Bitcoin, because even if Bitcoin gets to $20 million per coin, you're still going to be hard pushed to find a better investment, because this thing will rocket up to $40 million per coin in no time and then beyond.
We're talking about BTC here, yeah, not BSV, obviously.
Mate, we're talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, one's at 60.
How's BTC going to get to $20 million? Are you really going to print that much tether to get it up to $20 million?
Well, how did it get to 60,000?
Through tether.
Well, this is what I mean, and everyone keeps saying, oh, you know, it's not going to get to 30,000. Well, you smash through 30,000, smash the granny out of it. Oh, it's not going to get through to 40,000 because Craig said no, just smash the granny out of 40. Well, what about 50? Surely it can't reach 50. Well, got some bad news for you. They're all buying Lamborghinis now because it's gone to 50.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll never get to 60. It'll never get to. Well, it's touched 70 already. So everyone shut up, yeah. And then in terms of, you know, will it go to 100 grand? I'd probably bet on yes sooner than no in BTC going to 100 grand if I was a gambling man and I gambled in these markets. You know, for your BSV to get to 20 million, I think that's a little bit far fetched, given that it's about 40 fucking nodes now. And my point
Bitcoin started off at 0.03 of a cent, like nothing. Had to start at nothing.
Yeah, no, exactly. They all start at nothing. Ethereum started at nothing, and that's 3.5 grand, isn't it? So, you know, they can go up in that. Look at Pepe, yeah. Yeah, do you know what I mean? They can go up, Toshi. I'm not denying that, but I think to the levels you're looking at, mate, I think it's a bit far-fetched. It looks far-fetched at the moment, like it's probably a non-contest, and it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, but if you restrict the supply, I mean, there's only $1 million worth of BSV available to purchase on the market.
Yeah, no one wants it. You can't buy it anywhere. There's nothing you can do with it. There's no way you can use it. I can't spend it down the shops. There's nothing I can do with it in Britain. There is nothing I can do with BSV apart from put a fucking salmon on the chain. All right, see this salmon here that's in your kitchen now? Well, we've got some great news for you. It started off in Norway and it was in a fish farm. Well, fucking $20 million for that blockchain, please. I mean, you know, I've heard some people saying, Toshi, that it's going to work better when it's about $5 a BSV for the, like Bear is saying, the type of businesses that want to do stuff on it. You know, and then Craig keeps shifting the goalposts on whether he wants the price up or the price down, or whether people are actually allowed to discuss the price going up or whether they're not. You know, 1 minute it's, yeah, we need the bloody price up. And next minute it's, no, it's not about price. I can buy your country. Well, which one is it, bruv? You know, which one is it? Which one are we allowed to talk about?
How did Bitcoin get to its price where it's at now? The 60, I think it's at 67.
Well, yeah, I'd say it was a massive social media effort of people who understand social media really well and the importance of it, and people who are very entertaining at it. Maybe not in your eyes or Craig's eyes, or people who want to sit there studying history in a dusty university library like it's 1997, but people who live in 2024, they will be drawn to their media a lot more than anyone else's media in cryptocurrency, in my opinion. And they've got big characters now like Donald Trump and people like that. BSV hasn't got anywhere near the sort of any influencer or character that can compete with anyone like Donald Trump, Michael Saylor, Peter McCormack, any of these people. So my answer would be social media. And we did try and address this, Bearoshi, quite a few years ago when we saw this was the problem, but no one really took us seriously. You know, we paid out, I think, $50,000 in BSV micropayments in a business that was designed to actually shoot people up as influencers on social media. It wasn't really understood by the BSV people because, as intelligent as they are in university books, they're not very intelligent when it comes to social media. That comes from Craig, who's got a problem with Silicon Valley, social media, TikTok, all these things that people love and use, and all these things that young people spend all of their time on. Craig thinks they should all leave that, go into a library and study Plato and not look on TikTok. It's not going to happen. So in my opinion, Bearoshi, that would be the answer, would be a terrible attitude towards social media, a self-indulgent attitude towards cryptocurrency, i.e. being happy with talking to 150 people on a stage like you're some big man, thinking that's having an effect, and it's not, right? And then having a media outlet like CoinGeek, like Toshi points out, pardon the rant, gentlemen, I'm waffling on a bit, I'm aware of that, I'm going to finish in a moment, right? Sorry, guys. But like Toshi was saying yesterday, having a big establishment like CoinGeek, loads of people working there, but all of them doing nothing, not competing. They're not the type of characters who want to compete. Alex Moon, to me, doesn't come across to me like someone who likes competing. He looks like he's, forgotten about competing and things like that a long, long time ago, judging by his demeanour and how he is. Some of you lot think Kurt Wuckert Jr. sun shines out of his arse. It doesn't. He's unengaging, he's boring, maybe interesting again to people who want to sit in libraries and that, but to people out there on social media, this guy's not engaging at all. And I think I'll stop there.
Mate, if I
what
was...
about you? Ask Bearoshi back as well, Toshi, as well, just to be polite, eh?
Yeah, mate, I was just going to say quickly, I'd be like, look, I've got salmon on my chain. Swivel on that.
I think that'd be more fitting for me to do that.
Swivel on my omega-3.
Yeah, get some wild caught salmon. That'd be cool.
Go on, Bearoshi. Why do you think, man? Why do you think BTC's able to get to that sort of price then? Apart from Tether, obviously, that Toshi's pointing out already.
Look, given the fact that you put one technology on the right-hand side, you put the other one on the left, and you compare which each use case is going to be for Bitcoin or BSV. And I just haven't seen much use case for Bitcoin. So for the price to be where it's at, it had to be more to it than just social media. Because if social media goes down, I'm just saying this technically, if it does, then it's like, where will the price be if there's no one to talk about it, no influence? I wouldn't want a technology to be built off of how much it says about it on social media. I would want it to be built from a source that's nobody can control it, and it's free for everybody to use. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, social media won't go down. I think
it's right. I'm just saying, like, if it's just built solely on price around what people post, like what really is it doing? It just sounds like an NFT,
Well, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, right?
Right.
I think BSV get confused and they think everyone wants to prove their intelligence levels. Not you, not SirToshi. I'm just saying in general. Okay, everyone wants to talk like they're ever so slightly more intelligent than the average person, right? I can do that if I want, Bearoshi, but I don't like patronising people like that. Right. So I'd rather just be a human being, right? So I think with that in mind, like, you lose a lot of people because a lot of people find it patronising. And what I'm going to do is back up what I'm saying by, not everyone cares about finance. Toshi and I had this conversation about 2-3 days ago. People like you might care about it. You might care about their technology. Craig wants people to care about the technology, and so does people like Calvin. But it's a farcical effort because they don't. Because if you show a person a picture of someone in a gutter on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side you show them in a Lamborghini Aventador that's brand new, and they say, "I did nothing to get this. I simply bought BTC," that is more powerful than any message about Merkle trees or any complications which might be presented by the BSV camp, which for me would fall into unengaging media for the vast majority of people. You know what I mean? Whereas the majority of people, they're going to get sucked in by, well, he never had a Lamborghini before and now he's got a Lamborghini, and his wife looks like a supermodel, but he's an ugly bastard. And apparently all he did was buy BTC and now he's getting sucked off by supermodels, right? And you think fucking Merkle trees is going to turn these 25-year-olds and they're going to go, yeah, well, let's all go and talk about Merkle trees with this guy because he shouts. No, mate, it's not going to happen. Bearoshi, do you know what I mean? Like, I hear what you're saying, and I get what you want. We were on that page at one time, but now we're realising that the masses are the ones who control all these narratives, and the BTC narrative is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because we study their numbers even now, Bearoshi, because at the time when we set up our business, we were willing to compete with these people, just the two of us, me and my business partner, and we did compete with them, and we're those types of people who like having a fight. Even if we get the shit beaten out of us, we still like a fight. We take a lot of pride and a lot of joy in any fight. Usually we win, but I'm just saying, like, we're sort of happy to lose fights, but we just like fighting. But we just realised that perhaps we're not really in a group that like that. And I was chatting to a hardened BSV fan today, and when I say hardened, I'm talking a major investor, right? And he's a very well astute person, I would say. And even he's telling us, like, it's dead out there, nothing's going on. There's a lot of talk, everyone's got a lot to say, but at the moment there's actually no businesses
How can there be a lot of talk if there's not a lot going on?
Because everyone has got the answers, like yourself. Like everyone's got the answers, is what he's saying. Everyone knows what to do. You know, he's saying everyone can talk to 40 people on social media and go, I think Craig is Satoshi, or I think BSV works better, but no one actually does anything about it. Like no one will start a business or no one will really compete. You know, I get that because not everyone's up for a fight, are they? But everyone's up for having a chat on social media to a very small amount of people trying to get, trying to generate interest, which isn't working, is it?
But wasn't the initial chat around Bitcoin about the technology that it ran on? Everyone saw, mate, there was a Long Island iced tea that changed their name to, was it blockchain iced tea? You know, it went nuts just because they used the word blockchain in it.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. But I think their social media is at a point now where anyone who's going to compete with that brand on social media has got a very tough task ahead of them.
Yeah, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall, mate. I've seen it.
No, you say that, but in order to actually engage that saying and make it correct, someone has to stand up and have a fight. Ben and I tried to have a fight, but like I say, I don't think BSV were those sorts of people that, maybe the pressure's a bit too much for them and all that. I mean, like no disrespect, Toshi, but you're frightened of these people. You don't want to show your face. You think they're going to come up.
They're fucking psychos.
If you want to see psychos, mate, come to where I live, yeah, and I'll take you to a couple of psychos.
In Tunbridge Wells?
Pardon me, mate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, he's right, guys. I live in a posh place.
I'll be dodging all those cream pies, will I?
No, cream scones, mate, and smoked salmon. Yeah, but yeah, if
smoked salmon on the blockchain, yeah.
No, Toshi, listen, if you want to meet a couple of psychos, mate, trust me, you'd be a lot more scared of the people 2 miles from where I was brought up than you would be for many of these BTC people, bro. But there's nothing to be scared of. One thing
I believe, well, not believe, but the fact was going to be happening when this narrative changes. I would be afraid to show my face too, because when the stuff flips, when this whole narrative change off of whatever brand people want to go by, that's going to be superseded by the facts of the technology. What is it going to do for everybody?
Yeah, good point.
And whatever psycho these people are, or I don't care. I'm not doing nothing illegal by anybody. I try to do right by everybody who I come in contact with. But when it comes to Bitcoin or whatever technology you want to call it, it could have been any of these blockchains or crypto, whatever, Solana, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, what is it going to stand on? I'd rather build my foundation on rock rather than sand built up by social media posts.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, good point, Bearoshi. But you're one of a very small minority there, I'm afraid. And I think you guys need to accept that people don't care about what you're saying. Right, because there are people out there driving Lamborghinis, and their message is getting out more than yours.
And I agree. People don't have the attention span to even want to learn. Yeah, they want to put their Lamborghinis in the downshift or upshift to go fast on the highway, but that highway is going to end very abruptly.
Yeah, but then people like you have been saying that for years and years and years, and I think. The first year you started saying it, they might have thought, oh, I wonder if he's got a point. The second year you started saying it, they're thinking, oh, you know what? I don't think he's got a point, The third year you started saying it, they're thinking, I wish this prick would shut the fuck up now because he's doing my head in. The fourth year that you're saying it, they've got a key to a fucking brand new Lamborghini. They're looking out the window. They're looking over at their model wife and they're going, look at this dickhead over here talking about Merkle trees. The fifth year, the sixth year, the seventh year, and we're on the 8th year now, right? So my question would be, does this happen in your lifetime? Right, and if it doesn't happen in your lifetime, do you continue to buy BSV all the way down so you can pass it down to your grandchildren to see if it will go above $45? Yeah, do you know what I'm saying, Bearoshi? I'm not, you're a great guy, mate. I can tell. Toshi only introduced me to great people, and I'm enjoying this conversation. But that's an unfortunate thing I've got to put on the table there. I'm worried about some of you that you might be like too old to drive a Lamborghini. You might be too old to shop in Gucci. Because they're shopping in Gucci, they're buying Lamborghinis, and they're going to Dubai, and they're loving it.
Well, that's a paradigm shift that's been taught from these elites who want people to focus on the Lamborghini instead of focusing on the use case. And what's the issue that people don't understand, and I wish they would, is that this is an old paradigm shift. This system, when it comes to currency, has been around for a very long time. That's what people always chase first. They go jump to the conclusion of things when it comes to the price, but they don't look at how the previous steps was to get there. And that's what I'm focusing on. What steps is going to get to those prices that people are talking about? And if we just jump into the price factor, not talking about what this is going to do, then yeah, that road is not going to lead to a good exit.
It's been 15 years now.
Yeah, and anything that anybody want in life is not going to come quick.
Yeah, no, it does. It does, because I'm an AI entrepreneur as well, and we've got 2 businesses set up now, right? And AI has not been out very long, but it's working. It's got mass support behind it, and everyone's loving the technology. It's easy to code on. It's easy to build on, and money can be made. In 15 years of Bitcoin, nothing has happened apart from exchanges and people getting on stages ranting their mouths off about nothing. Nothing's happened.
And you're right. And nothing, to the eye of people who just focusing on the glitz and the glamour, nothing has happened. But there's been a lot of things behind the scenes that's been going on that no news media is going to report on the progress that the technology is making. So yeah, they're going to put the Lamborghini, they're going to put the house in front of your face first. And yes, I'm not saying anything against AI. People making fast money off that. That's good. But I want that slow money. I want the money that's going to build itself up first and last me forever. Then I can pass it down to my family.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want the slow money and you want your money to take as long as possible, listen to Bearoshi, yeah? And then by the time you're 95...
and that's the thing, because at the end of the day, and this is cliche, Nick.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, and then with the turtle, with the turtle and the rabbit, yeah, I put on the shell, walk slow, but I know I'm gonna end on a good note. You may get there faster than me, but I'm gonna outlast you.
Yeah, mate, and the thing is, yeah, you'll be having all these models when you're 90 and your Corey doesn't even work anymore, right? And you'll be asking for blue pills off all your mates at the nursing home, going, has everyone got one of those blue pills? In fact, I need 2 of them and a cup of tea.
And that's the thing. People have been speaking this for a long time. You have different people who work very hard to get where they're at, but no story has ended as fast as it started. It took time to get there. So once this stuff flips, all this narrative, all this crap people been talking about, they're going to have a whole different conversation when it comes to people who have been talking about the BSV and supporting it by studying what it's doing.
Yeah, so, but no one cares, Bearoshi. Like, no one cares about how the pound works in Britain. We've had this conversation many times. It's just people that are a bit geeky and that want to flex intellectual muscles, that might want to put people to sleep at fucking dinner parties and stuff with boring conversations.
It may not be for them, but it will once this it happens.
No one cares, mate. No one cares. I mean, no one.
When the price matures organically, people will care.
No one cares, mate, and I think you're delusional, but good luck to you.
Mate, I'm with Bearoshi on that one, mate.
Fine, but I hope it happens before both your cocks drop off.
Okay.
Serious. I hope it does. I really do.
That's funny.
Well, so the thing is, though, I mean, I remember back in the day, code, people who used the computer were just considered computer geeks. What was that show they had? The Big Bang Theory and all that. They were people who used computers to start with. Even Mark Zuckerberg and all. They were not cool at all. They were geeks. And then when the technology took off, they were like gods. Everybody wants to be a developer. Mate, everybody wants to be a program.
They're not cool.
Mate, they're fucking loaded. Who gives a shit if they're not cool?
They're loaded, yes. Everyone wants to, everyone wants their money, yes. But let's just make it very clear. They're not cool, right?
Mate, if they're loaded, people will still want to be like them and they will turn cool, or other people still want to...
Then in your head, mate...
People chasing the dollar, mate. I'm telling you. That is all it is. Mate, look at... What was that program that had Halle Berry in it and Hugh Jackman, and he was some kind of like computer hacker? I can't remember what it was. And that, that was... He was there... you know, like literally coding away, like trying to crack into this, you know, computing system, and you know, it was made to look cool.
If you gave any of my students a choice between being like I Show Speed or Mark Zuckerberg, I would go 100% I Show Speed. But none of you know about the internet. None of you know about the internet, and none of you understand the internet. So there's no point in me explaining that. But if you really do think Mark Zuckerberg's cool, that's up to you. But all the viewers that hear this, listen to me. I'm 100 times cooler than Mark Zuckerberg, no matter how much money I've got.
Yeah, but he's got a yacht, mate.
Don't let people like SirToshi tell you that Mark Zuckerberg's cool, because he ain't. Yeah, he's a successful guy, but he ain't cool.
Mate, he could be chilled out on his yacht.
I'll tell you who's cool, mate. Is Snoop Doggy Dogg, mate. He's cool.
Mate, and he still promotes all those NFTs.
Craig is not
and
cool,
stuff.
yeah. If you think Craig's cool, he's not. He's a bellend, and he says it as well. He ain't cool. No young people will look at Craig Wright and think, I want to be like him. They won't. But mate, they will look at I Show Speed. They will look at I Show Speed and your mate Mr. Beast, right? And they will want to be like them, because they do. Because if I Showed Speed come to this town, they'd have to shut the roads.
Yeah, but mate, so all these people that made their money in BTC, who created BTC to start with?
No, mate, I Show Speed is just an influencer on the internet. I don't know.
Yeah, but who created BTC that allowed all these people you're talking about to be cool and get loaded showing their Lambos?
Like I say, I Show Speed is not a Bitcoin investor. He's just an influencer.
What I'm saying is who created the technology that allowed all these guys to be showing off their Lambos in their houses?
I don't know, mate. Tell us.
Satoshi Nakamoto, and who's that?
Well, it ain't Craig Wright, according to Judge Miller.
Yeah, but what about you? Yeah, but that's Judge Miller, because he's a corrupt piece of shit. Like,
well, that's your opinion.
Oh, well, what? Yeah, but what's your opinion? Did Craig create Bitcoin?
I gave it to you 2 days ago.
Well, mate, give it to me again.
Craig's a bellend, and he's wasting all of your money at the moment.
So did he not create? Are you saying now that he didn't create Bitcoin after you initially crowned him as Craigoshi Nakamoto?
Yeah, I crowned him years ago. I think in 2017, which was how many years ago? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So everyone who's listening to this show, 7 years ago, I made a statement, and now I've changed my mind.
But did you think he was cool back then?
In life, every single person who listens to this show are going to change your mind several times on things. That's called being a human being. I used to think Craig was the man. I used to think he was cool because I thought he was up for a fight, as I explained 2 days ago, because I'm up for a fight. Now, he's just the guy who's cost a load of people that I kind of know a load of money, and he's brainwashed them to the point where they're quite happy to watch their money go in the bin, even though he's supposedly doing all these court cases where I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and he never does anything. That's what's happening at the moment.
Well,
so
this Copa case is the only one that he's lost so far, and he's yet to appeal it.
Yeah, but no one cares anyway, do they? Whether he wins or loses anyway, Toshi, right? No one cares, and there isn't the social media efforts out there enough to get him out there anyway. I mean, he's the main BSV influencer, and excluding 65 of you people, most people hate him.
Well,
it's true, Toshi, mate. I'm sorry, but even BSV people say that now. Like everyone knows.
Mate, mate, again, we're discussing opinions. You know, we can always agree to disagree.
We can. I mean, you lot love him. I was laughing at my mate because my mate's like you, right? He said Craig Wright can walk on water, but we laugh about it. But he's quite happy to listen to me slag him off and that. But yeah, you know, people's opinions are divided, Toshi, mate. It's crazy. But no, for me, he's just a joker who's cost everyone a load of money. And I had skin in the game. I had business as well. So it's not just the same as being some dickhead who's waiting for the number to go up who talks about technology. But I'm not saying that's you, right? But me and my business partner, we worked hard as well. So you got to factor that into it as well. Like we actually earned money on it. And
but is your opinion not maybe generated from feeling a bit bitter about the number not going up?
Yeah, of course, mate. Of course, like everyone else. You know, like Joshua Hensley, like Jack, like Rainer, like everyone. You know, everyone's an investor. Like no one cares about technology.
Do you speak with Joshua Hensley? He hasn't done a show for ages.
No, but the last show I saw him do, he was nearly crying because the price was 18. Yeah, and then he had all the fucking solutions, and I was thinking, well, go on then, you dickhead. Stop running your mouth off about these solutions. We got to do this, man. We got to do that. Do it then, you fucking joker. Yeah? Where's your fucking testosterone, Joshua? Do it. Get out there and compete then if you're going to do it. Don't sit there on a thing moaning to 60 people. You see what I mean, Toshi? That gets on my nerves a bit because he flexes like a big man. He's got all the big words. He's got a monotone. He's got thick glasses. He looks like he knows how to use a computer, yet he does bollocks all. And it's laden with that. It's laden with that, you know. And what I'd like to find out is who is setting that culture. Yeah. Who is happy for people to behave like that within the community? Because for me, mate, it's just losing characteristics all the time. But these people somehow get pushed forward above people like yourself, Tosh. You are actually quite funny and entertaining in your moments. Yeah.
What would your opinion be though? Let's say if BSV shot up to 10 grand, would you still be going? Look, it ain't cool. I'm not in.
It depends.
Craig Wright is still a bell end.
Well, yeah, Craig Wright will forever be a bellend for the rest of my life. That won't change. And he accepts that he's a bellend.
Well, even if BSV gets to 10 grand, you'd still think he's a bellend, even though he's major loaded.
I'm trying, mate. I've got 0.22 BSV because I'm not a holder like you lot. I don't understand what you do. I'm just a guy who starts businesses, so I don't understand you. So I don't hold it like you guys, and I don't buy all my money spending on BSV because I don't understand what you're doing. I'm just an entrepreneur. Right, but if it shot to 2 grand, I'd be very happy for all of you lot in BSV, even jokers like Ruth Heisman who does fuck all. I'd be happy for her as well, right? And all of you, but I can't see it. I can't see it shooting up to 10 grand.
That's why. Yeah, but maybe you haven't got that entrepreneurial vision of seeing this.
Exactly, could be that. Could be a bad entrepreneur, you know, in blockchain. That's right. So even though we're the only company to actually turn a profit from scratch on the blockchain as per the white paper in a business that wasn't an exchange, because that's all everyone seems to be capable of, NFTs and exchanges, right? And we made profit in that. Yeah, so it must be me as an entrepreneur. I must be poor. Our team must be stupid, and we're simply not good enough to see the blockchain. Simple as that. We have to try harder and study down the library more, maybe. Try and get our skills up to the equivalent of some of you guys in BSV, yeah?
But what about all these people that have got Lambos and all that? All those people that bought BSV, they'd now be flexing their Lambos and all that.
I want them to, Toshi. It'd be nice if Craig will allow them to. If Craig will give them permission to post pictures of them being happy and successful on social media and celebrating Lamborghinis without getting annoyed at them, then that's great. No, they can't.
Yeah,
they do what Craig wants. All of you do what Craig wants. Yeah, because none of you's got any bottle, right? Everyone knows it. Everyone says it, and everyone says it on X and social media. Thousands of people say it.
Mate, Craig has always said the blockchain is used for liberation. Like the whole point of having a permissionless network.
He commands how you lot speak and what you come out with. Everyone knows it, Tosh. You're all controlled by his narrative.
I'm not controlled by his narrative.
You are, bro. You are. It doesn't matter. Like, don't be ashamed of it. It's nothing to be ashamed of, is it? Some of you guys love Craig. I think he's a bellend, but you know.
Well, I don't love him. I respect what he did, and I respect anybody who go through the trenches to try to give something better to society. I appreciate the fact that, you know, you say you have businesses, and because I struggled with a few when I was younger trying to get it off the ground. But
fair play,
the point I was getting at is when it comes to like far as following somebody, you know, I don't follow people. I don't follow men. I just like to study what they have presented or built or their ideas that they share like we are now. And it helps to not follow anyone when you be patient with yourself and study, you know, because if people are just investing for the price to go up, which we all are, but it's something you have to add more to it. Now you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in time and research. So you know what you're investing in as far as your currency is going to go to the best possible source that's going to benefit you and your close relatives or family. Who
doesn't work like that, though, does it, in reality? Because people see other people getting rich and buying Lambos, and then they quickly say, well, where do I put money? Quick, tell me now. I don't care where it is. Just tell me. That's how it works.
And the thing is, Nick, that's their reality. That's their reality that they're projecting.
The reality. It's the reality, right? Maybe it's not the BSV reality because you're ever so slightly
no, I'm not saying it's BSV
average
reality.
People, and you all went to university. You've all got degrees, but for normal people, they don't give a shit.
Well, I'm normal. I don't have no college background. I have concrete jungle knowledge that I have. That's what got me through.
Good man.
And the thing is, when it comes to those who want to say I did this and you need to follow me because I built this, well, okay, well, show me. And you're right. You know who's using it. And the narrative is strong when it comes to social media, but when you separate yourself from the noise, go to a place where it's quiet and not listen to the first person who's saying the price is going to be this, you're going to find yourself in hot water.
But people don't know. People don't do that. That's why I think you're a bit delusional. You're talking about how you behave, and you're automatically assuming, like everyone else in BSV, that everyone should behave like you. When
Well, no, I'm not assuming. This is just experience that I've been around people for a long time, and this is what they say by means of their actions.
And I imagine they're all piss poor as well.
Yes, I'm piss poor.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
So,
and the other thing is as well. Like, if we put out this social media, you're just admitting there you're piss poor. Then you've got someone like Michael Saylor who's probably made more money in the time we've had this conversation than you'll make in your lifetime. Who's people going to listen to? What, you over him? Are you fucking joking, bro? It's impossible.
Granted, granted, he do have more followers. I don't want followers. I'm living my own life. I don't need to follow anybody or have my own following just to satisfy my ego to say whatever I'm saying, I know it is going to get likes and thumbs
Any
up.
community needs a bloody influencer, and Michael Saylor is really good at it for BTC.
Yeah, but Saylor doesn't know about Segwit, mate. He got in afterwards.
No, he doesn't. But he gets 10,000 likes on a post, which is more than what you've had in the last 5 years combined. So
yeah, but he's going to find out about Segwit eventually. You can't not.
It might not be in his lifetime. You know, maybe not. I mean, maybe it won't be in his lifetime. Maybe like Jimmy Savile will get away with one, and by the time everything comes after him, it's too late. You know, and everyone's fucking pointing fingers at him. Well, bollocks to you! I'm dead now. Thanks for the great life. I've lived like Hugh Hefner for the past 40 years on a narrative because I was good on social media, while a bunch of 60 people wanted to talk about fucking Merkle trees and looking into stuff and studying. You got no chance at all against Michael Saylor, Peter McCormack, or anyone like that. So my question is, like, how long do they dominate people like you and thunderclap you off social media over and over again? Till it gets to the point where you believe that your message and narrative is going to start getting out there. Will it be these 4 governments that Craig signed up?
Well, I'm guessing one of the reasons we're talking is because, the chatter about BSV is that I imagine it's a bit like let's say you've got a wheelbarrow, or no, a Robin Reliant. You've got a Robin Reliant and a Ferrari on a start line, right? The race hasn't started yet. Everybody's looking at the Ferrari because it's all nice and shiny. It's got nice wheels on it and blah, 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 blah. But what they don't realise is that behind the scenes, before they came out on the start line, they swapped engines. The Robin Reliant has got a Ferrari engine and the Ferrari has got the Robin Reliant engine. So then it's a case of, right, well, because we've got insider knowledge, we now know what's likely going to happen when the race starts. So when's it going to start? Because at the moment, it's not on yet.
I see it like you've got it's the end of a night in a nightclub. You've got some ugly sket who's got about 3 teeth missing at the front, yeah? And no one's pulled her because she's rank, right? And she keeps looking at you, batting her eyelids because you're one of the last ones left. But on the other side, you've got 2 proper hotties who are both 24, who both do gymnastics, who are both really fun to be around, who are saying to you, listen, do us a favour, do you want to come back to our yard? We're boards. Yeah, just you and us 2. Do you want to come back and that? We'll have a bit of a party. No thanks, I'm choosing that scuffer over there because I went to university.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm smart. And my dad said we're smarter. Yeah, that's what is happening, Toshi, mate. I'm sorry, bruv, but the message ain't getting out there.
You're talking about Vice, aren't you, mate? That's what we're talking about.
Your message ain't getting out there. Like your Ferrari, your Robin Reliant, your engine switching, whatever. None of your messages is getting out there at all, and it won't do. And with your mentalities and attitudes of, oh, I don't mind waiting. I don't want followers. I don't want people to listen to me. I don't want money now. I want money when I'm older. Like I want to do the right thing. It probably won't sit too well with a lot of people, I'm afraid.
Well, I suppose what we're debating here is long term versus short term. You're just like, look, we might get hit by a bus tomorrow, so just take what we can get now. Yeah.
Well, I'm not taking nothing, Toshi. I'm just waiting to start businesses, and I'm starting obviously businesses. I'm doing my dancing tonight.
But how can you start a business on BTC? It doesn't.
Well, no. When I say starting businesses, I didn't say BTC, did I? No, Nikki,
All
you
right.
didn't actually. No, I just got excited because my fucking dick's hard because I want BSV's number up. Yeah, right. So also, I didn't say that, did I, bruv? I've started AI businesses. Ben and I spoke detail yesterday about getting another one going. Right. So I'm just an entrepreneur, Toshi. That's what I think is hard here because I don't necessarily need the number up at all. I don't really care. But
Yeah, but
in
every
the
business needs profit.
but we haven't got a BSV business anymore, bruv. Right. So our other businesses, they're not in BSV. They're in fiat, the king.
Yeah, so yeah, but if you're using fiat as a medium of exchange and you're a small business, unless you can increase your prices in line with inflation or somehow reduce your overheads in line with inflation, you're constantly fighting an uphill battle to stay profitable
Yeah,
and
but
in
you
business.
know, you've got all this lovely advice, but you don't run a business or nothing as well. And you know, if I was to go to my dance class tonight and say, "Well, everyone paying BSV now," because I was listening to my mate SirToshi and he's talking about inflation and all that, they'd say, "Nick, fuck off, will you? What are you fucking talking about? We don't want to pay with that shit. We don't want to buy that shit."
Yeah, but
So
that's because the race hasn't started yet. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
It's
exactly. And it might be 15, 20 years, like Craig said. What did Craig say? 20 to 25 years before you might have a few more court cases and all that. So, you know, you'll be well into your 60s, maybe 70 by then. You might get that skiing holiday to Switzerland, Toshi.
yeah, but it's the block reward, mate. Everybody can. Next time it goes down, it's going to be what?
Yeah, but
One
everyone
point
says that
one.
every block reward. Everyone says that every block reward, and everyone gets jittery like it's going to be all over for the other team, and it never is. And that happens every
Well,
block
not
reward.
yeah, not
Said it for
yet.
years. Everyone's been saying it for years. Oh, the block reward's coming in, and then it comes, and nothing happens. Oh, the block reward, nothing happens. Oh, the mempool's full, and nothing happens.
Eventually, it will.
Well,
It can't not because
you
there'll
know,
be nothing
well,
there.
that's up to you, mate. I mean, that's your opinion. Yeah,
That's not my
and
opinion. There literally won't be anything there. The
yeah, I
block
know. But
reward
then if
gets
you
cut
speak
in
to
half.
BTC people, they've got completely the opposite view, and they're as adamant in their view as you. But I don't think you guys are intelligent enough to understand that, socially intelligent enough, and understand
Well,
how people think.
if you got influencers like Hawk Tua on the freaking panel, no, I'm not about to listen to nobody talk about
Yeah, but then
no
Hawk Tour is very famous
yeah,
amongst
because
a lot
off
of.
of what sexualizing herself.
Well, I
Like,
think
what
she's
does that have
famous
to do
because
with PTC?
she spits on penises and then she sucks them. And that's, I'm sorry for all the listeners, but that's what she's famous for, spitting on penises and sucking them. And to be honest with you, that's actually made her really big, right? It's got a lot more social media engagement than Ruth Heisman, yeah? Probably by freaking millions. Like, she's not, she hasn't got a load of
Mate,
followers. She's got
what's
like
your
100,000
obsession with
now.
Ruth? Are you secretly in love with her or something? Is that what it is?
No,
Is she,
you told me she's the godmother, yeah. And again, like, you know, you've got the godmother of Bitcoin there competing with Hot Tour. I'm sorry, but you don't understand, guys. Like, people don't want to look at roofs or listen to roofs, but they do want to
or
listen to people like Hot
does
Tour.
I mean, I've never heard of this Hawk Tour, but
Yeah,
what
no,
does she
that's because you don't
promote?
understand the internet,
BTC.
though, do you? You don't understand the internet, and you're not into it. You sitting there knocking one out over Craig 24/7. So you miss Andrew Tate, you miss Hot Tour, you miss iShow Speed, you miss the real world, you miss social media. You don't know what's going on,
Mate, it's the
right?
first thing I'll look at when this show finishes, mate.
Mate, look at Hot Tour. Yeah, she's famous for spitting on penises and shoving them down their esophagus. Right, and there's no other easy way to put that. Sorry, listeners, but that's how she's made it in life. And that again, I'm not saying that Ruth should go out and do that, but
I hope
you know,
I hope not.
look at look at OnlyFans, Toshi. Right, look at OnlyFans. Yeah, you know, when you're from my generation, OnlyFans is a difficult pill to swallow in terms of what it offers as a proposition, as a business. Right, you're thinking, really? So like, you know, young women just go on there and get their knickers off, open up their sticks, and then some old geezer's going to pay them some money, right? But that fucking narrative I've just described there is very, very normal now, and a vast amount of women are paying off mortgages, opening up their sticks on it,
Yeah,
right?
true.
So you know what I mean, so Toshi. I don't saying I'm agree with that or disagree with that. I feel like a prude if I disagree with it now. Whereas when you and I first met each other, I would have strongly disagreed with that. Hey, they shouldn't be doing that. Now it's normal. So you look at the Hawk Tours and that, it's very desensitized in terms of.
That's a hilarious name.
Yeah,
how long she been around?
well,
For?
I wrote a song about her, Toshi. There's a song on my Spotify called Hot Tour, and it's written in Jamaican patois, and it's a really good. People like the song, and it's about the girl. If anyone wants to listen to that, go on SoundCloud, and it's Nicky New Music, and look for Hawk Tour, HAWKTUAH. It's a good tune, Toshi. And I've got the copyright. If you want to play it, Toshi, if you ever want to play any of my music on your show, I'll give you permission now. Right?
Oh, cheers, mate. Nice one.
Bitcoin songs on there and everything, like even the BSV ones.
Oh, sweet.
That you can use whenever you want. You just got my permission, sort of thing, friend to friend. Yeah.
All right, mate. Spot on.
But yeah, there's a song on there, Hok Tua Toshi, and she basically, look, she did an interview. And this guy was asking her about men and modern men and all this, and it's about breakups or something. And she was like, yeah, if you break up with one, get straight underneath another. That was the first bit. And you can see her little friend getting a little bit shocked in that. And then he says something like, oh, do you have any tips and tricks, for how to keep a man? And then she says something like, you just need to give it the hot. And she went, like that. And then you go, spit on that thing, you get me? Or something like that. She goes, mate, I love her accent, by the way. Right, I do know, mate, and she comes from Nashville, which is right in my area. It's proper like redneck thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, so she's actually from like Nashville, mate. So I was thinking, like when she said it, I was thinking, oh mate, I love her accent. She's got a deep Southern American accent, yeah. But that's Hok Tua Toshi, and she's massive. Like she is a massive. It's funny that Bearoshi should bring Hok Tua up because we have to sort of accept the fact that people like her are massive influencers in crypto as well, as he's pointing out. Now, people like us that have got a bit more sense about us and want a bit more of a deeper conversation like we're having today, we're not going to get it. But then what about all these 22-year-olds that don't care?
Who was that other bird that was in, who was that other porn star that was in crypto? Brenna Sparks or something?
The blonde one with the mummy. Was it the one who was doing the mummy coin on the meme coin, Mummy or whatever it's called?
I'm sure this other bird was something like Brenna Sparks, Triple X. Or what was it? Who was that guy that used to support BSV that used to go around with a bulletproof vest on? He interviewed her.
Oh, Kevin Pham.
That's right. Couldn't remember his name.
I just used to call him Knobhead. Yeah.
Well, he interviewed. I'm sure it was Brenner or Brendan or Brenda. Brenner. I'm sure it was that. You know. Mate, I bet everybody's gonna be over Bitcoin. If the price pops in BSV, mate, I don't think anyone's got any loyalty to any particular coin. I think it's all about number go up, mate.
If the price pops, though, Toshi, right? You've been saying that for years and years and years, and it hasn't fucking popped. In fact, it's shat its arsehole out all over the seabed, like your man was talking about before. It's crap in terms of price. In terms of investment, you cannot tell me that BSV is a good investment for anybody. You cannot tell me. The only people who can claim that is the twats who went in at 18 when Joshua Dickhead Hensley was crying his little eyes out like a little baby girl.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, though, an investor does their research. They always say, do your own research, see what's going on. So if you, like I said, if you know that the engines of these cars have been swapped before they come on the start line, then you've got insider knowledge of what's going to happen. So then, you place your bets accordingly.
I agree, Toshi, but then if you've got some dickhead who went in at 220, right, and you see him walking around town with his cock in his hand, yeah, and you're like, you're right, sunshine, what's up with you? And he says, well, yeah, I listened to Craig Wright because I thought he went to university and I thought he was really intelligent. So I went all in at 220. He's 40 now. Yeah. Oh, no, you just keep holding on, mate. You've done the right thing. It's hard to convince an outsider who's looking into that situation that is a good investment, regardless of what's under the engine, because they're going to say to you, you're at 10% of your ATH, you're a shambles, no one uses it, and the number's going down. Congratulations for all being intelligent, and congratulations for all having fathers who went to university. Well done. Yeah. And congratulations on all the books you've read compared to average people, but your number's shit and you've all lost a load of money. That's what they are saying. And that's hard to get away from, Toshi, because that's the truth. Like everyone in BSV, I keep seeing them, they've all lost a load of money. Michael Hudson, how much has he lost? By listening to Craig, simply by listening to Craig, really, is the argument that I hear coming out from his camp, sort of thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, right? There is that, but the thing, that was in the past. We're talking about what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, but you're pissing them off because you're sitting there trying to make them hold on to that same fucking narratives that you've been holding on for 8 years, because you're saying the same things as 8 years ago, and it's not happening. So maybe some people are thinking, will it be another 8 years? So will it be 16 years of SirToshi saying number might go up? That's what I'm scared of for you lot, is that, say if you are right about what you're saying, it's the length of time it might take for you. Some of you seem to think it's going to be a year or two. Well, I heard that 10 years ago, that it's going to be a year or two, and bollocks all has happened.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is why people are interested in the discussion. They're thinking, oh yeah, is it going to be another? Yeah, are they? I mean, you might find a lot of people on board with your opinion, but then other people might be on board with my opinion. Other people might be on
board. That's exactly how it is. That's why it's interesting, because we represent a lot of people in BSV and how they feel. And I think a lot of people, they've sent me messages. It's refreshing, Nick, because usually the BSV media don't even approach these subjects and won't talk about them, because Craig decides what they say. And if Craig's not deciding what they say, it's Calvin. That's what people say to me, Toshi. They think you lot have got no bottle, right? And that's some of the BSV people. They think you've got no bottle. Not you personally, all of you media, no bottle. That's how it is out there, right? Whereas people like Michael Saylor and people like Peter McCormack, they have got fucking bottle, whether you like it or not. McCormack has got some bottle. And you know something else about McCormack, Toshi? I know you don't like him, but he was twice admitted to hospital for mental health problems, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, twice. Where he was having pretty much like a really bad breakdown and stuff. And that was all over Craig and that situation there.
Yeah, but he brought that on himself. He even said...
I'll tell you something else about McCormack, right? I'll tell you something else about McCormack. His community put together a load of money for him to basically do what Hoddle done and defend the thing. He refused it. Because he's a big man and he has a fight on himself. Whether you like him or not, whether you agree what coin he's into.
You just said he had a breakdown.
Yeah, he did. Because men get pushed, Toshi, didn't they? Like yourself.
But he brought that on himself. He was the one that purposely called out Craig and Calvin. And he said he wanted to be served with papers, which had now been done. He said, let's get into court. And now he's crying about it. We're having a mental breakdown.
What about Vitalik, though? Craig is scared of a skinny runt like Vitalik. Craig, right, frightened of Vitalik Buterin.
I don't know. I've never seen Craig be intimidated by anybody.
He drops the mic and says he's not SirToshi, he's a joker, and then just drops the mic. But then Craig won't go for him because he's got money. Whereas he knew that Hoddle and McCormack hadn't the money or funds, but then I don't think he anticipated people like Jack Dorsey getting involved who have got money. So they jumped in to save his bacon because they felt he was being bullied or whatever, as well as, you know, protecting their, in brackets, investments, Toshi. Whether you agree with them or not, they're going to protect their investments, aren't they? Whether you agree with them or not, right? So, you know, like McCormack, I'm just saying, Toshi, for me, a man who gets offered that money but wants to take the fight on himself, yeah, it's his own fault he's ended up in trouble. But for me, that's a good fighting man. And I respect that man who says no to that money, right? And has it large on himself and says, no, I'll fight this fight.
I thought he was funded by Tether.
Well, I don't know, mate. I mean, this is what they're saying to me, yeah, is that a pot of money was made available for him and he turned it down. Right, I think he had help early on. I know he had help early on because I remember seeing that on social media because it was Tether. I remember seeing that, right? But I've also spoken to their group, Toshi, and as those court cases went on, that Tether money suddenly dried up, and we all started worrying about him. Well, when I say worrying about him, I started wondering, shit, I wonder how he's going to pay for this court case now. Do you understand what I mean? Right? And then it turned out that he's just fucking went balls deep in it, and that's why he was doing the credit cards or whatever it may be. I don't know. And I remember a lot of people having a go at him when BSV was 18,000, and he said, I'm going to get a 40, this will make you sick, Toshi. He said, I remember at the time he said, I'm going to get a £40,000 credit card, right, when it was 18. Yeah, and I'm going to put it all into BTC, right? So if you think that he would have spent 40,000 when it was 18, he would have got 2.3 BTC. How much is that? How much is that 40,000 worth today? Assuming he's kept some of it, or let's laugh, he's kept all of it. 100 and something, bruv. Hold on, my maths is bad. Check my maths.
180 something.
Something fucking decent, bruv. Right? So you could have paid off that credit card, gone to Dubai, gone to Switzerland, and been left with 60 grand. Whereas you lot sat there with your cocks in your hand, going, "Oh, I like Merkle trees. Oh, Craig's intelligent." Right? Like Shem, I'm sorry, dude, but we've got to approach it, Toshi. It's a horrible conversation, but that is what's happening out there. You know? But people like McCormack has made so much more money than people in BSV, even on a fucking credit card where he hasn't bottle jobbed it. He's gone in, he's used a pair of bollocks, he's gone in at 18. And whether people like it or not, the technology or not, that is worth a lot of money now, those 2 BTC. So he's done better than me, mate, in terms of like my 0.22 BSV, Toshi. You can't even buy fish and chips with it.
But it's still pumped by Tether, though. Like,
I haven't got an opinion. I haven't got an opinion on that. I've only got opinion on the fact that I know.
Yeah, but you can see it. You can see the amount of Tether they're pumping into the market.
But do you think he cares about that when he's in Dubai eating a tomahawk steak with a fit bird?
But when things go wrong, I think
No,
he
no,
will
no,
be.
no, no. I'm asking you a question. Does he care about that when he's in Dubai, sat opposite a model who's fit, right? Who wants to fucking suck him off the minute they get back to the hotel room because he's got so much paper? Is he bothered about that? Of course he ain't. You know, it's some of you guys delusional,
Yeah,
bro.
but mate, but we again, like Bearoshi brought up, it's the tortoise and the hare. It's long term versus
Not,
short term. It's
no.
vice versus investment.
It's a group of small. It's a small group of 60 people versus an entire plethora of people that know what they're doing on social media. I think, and
Well,
they're smashing you.
we're going to see how loyal these people are once this changes.
It's
And
true.
again, I've heard that before. I've heard that threat before. I remember someone saying that in 2016, 17, go, oh, hey, they're going to see, aren't they, eh? Oh, they're going to see, they're going to see. Do you know what they've seen? Dubai, models, parties, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, holidays, tomahawk steaks, smoked salmon, oysters, champagne, and the freaking high life, bruv. Right?
Well, that's just a temporary enjoyment.
Yeah, I know,
True.
and it might last for 25
It's
years.
not going to be long term. I get it. You want to have a good time. That's cool. But I want to be able to do that for a long term, not just for a little bit. Then I have to go try to find a job now because it flipped on me. It crashed in my face. Because that's what happened when people get convicted in court.
Well, none
You
of them are
have
working
people
like that.
who may have run with the game, but when they get caught, how many shows up to their court? How many come visit them in jail? So yeah, the party cool. But once the lights cuts on and the dustpans comes out, we got to clean up and get up out of here because
Yeah,
it's
I know
it's,
you keep
it's
using
not
all these
good.
fancy analogies and all that, yeah, and they sound really poignant. They really do. I've got to give you credit, boys, yeah, but they're not happening because I've heard them all before. It's
Well,
not
yeah,
happening.
that's what we're saying. Not yet.
I
Not
know,
yet.
but
They're
you've been
not.
saying that. You've been saying soon for fucking 8, 10 years. That's what I mean. And people deserve to hear that because that's the truth. And I respect your loyalty. That's what I keep saying to my mate, who we discuss it. Toshi, we have a laugh about it. I respect the loyalty, but he's also thinking, God, mate, what are we doing here? What am I doing? And I'm
Well,
talking
I
lazy
said
investor.
that
Like,
for the last few years. I didn't have much in Bitcoin, but I was I had questions for myself. Now, granted, I didn't know what I know now, so I can say that I knew very little, but I didn't see it doing anything. I just saw people bragging on what you're saying. Those
if I
positive.
hadn't listened to Craig Wright, I would have had, I think it's something like 40 BNB, and they're about $400 each. And I would have had 36 Ethereum as well, and they're $3,600 each. But instead, I listened to Craig because he quoted Plato, yeah? And when he quoted Plato, I decided to throw away all my decent investments and get fucking BSV. Now, at the time where I threw it away, Ethereum ended up going from $6 to 3,300. BSV's ended up shitting its knickers out from about $250 to about $40. Yeah. So people will bring that up. And again, your argument's going to be, yeah, but one day, oh, they're going to wake up when the transaction goes through. One day. Okay. Does that include Natalie Brunel on her stage there with 15,000 likes on social media? Does that include that? Does that include Bitcoin Magazine? Does that include McCormack? Does that include? It doesn't. You're just speculating, waiting for Craig to fucking pull a rabbit out of the hat because none of you's got the bottle to do anything. None of you's got the work rate to do anything. And all of you love to sit there talking. That's it. That's it. The sooner you admit that and you accept that, the easier it will be to accept that there's no one within your camp that's got the ability to really get it out there. And then I think that'll make the process less stressful for all of you.
Well, the thing is, my pockets doesn't run deep as those who are paid and brought. So the struggle will be much harder to get out there. But then you have to look at what do all these projects do for the short term? Nothing.
No, but
Yeah.
on paper they do a lot. Yeah.
That's
On paper they do a lot. That's true though, isn't it?
That's
Because
fucking classic.
SirToshi and I could easily walk into any business in my town easily and sell them Solana. Me and SirToshi can do that now, right? We can do that now. Me and him can put on suits and we would actually be able to sell them it. Right?
Yeah, but that's what securities fraud is,
It's
mate.
frightening. It's frightening because Toshi, you and I both know if we had suited and booted me and you, and we've gone into a serious business. And listen, we've got the blockchain that's revolutionised the freaking lot Everyone sit down, grab a coffee, and listen to what I'm about to say. Today I'm going to tell you about Solana. It is magnificent, untouchable blockchain, scalable, works fine.
Is it going to revolutionize the blockchain? Yeah?
It's going to revolutionize the blockchain. It's going to revolutionize the Lamborghinis. And you know what, Toshi, mate? They don't care about that conversation. All they want to hear, like you said before, is their business profit going to go up because they've switched to a different system? They don't really know what system that is. That's why when McDonald's tried it, the fees were more than a cheeseburger. And they sort of went, well, we're going to turn this off now because it's shit, which is a shame. But, you know, if you've got fees more than a cheeseburger and people are paying more in fees than a cheeseburger, obviously it's not going to work, is it, Toshi? You know? And that's why people like me and Ben and I can't really do business on BTC because of that fact alone. Is the fees are too much.
Yeah, but if you can do business on BSV and BSV is fixed in supply and everybody's using it because they can do business on it.
We can't do business on it. We can't.
Why not?
Well, I've tried to explain this to you before, but because you've never done a business on it, it's difficult for people like you to understand, and I don't mean that to be patronising.
Yeah, but what element is it that it means you can't run your business on it?
Profit.
Oh, it's because numbers gone down.
Well, again, I've tried to explain this to all of you, but none of you do businesses, so it's hard to explain. But
I get it. I get it. You need profit. You know, you can't be dealing.
If you've actually earned Bitcoin off your back, like I've done, Bearoshi, yeah, because I like to earn Bitcoin off my back, yeah, from nothing, right? And you've earned that BSV at $150, $200, $300. If you have no Michael Hudson to cash it out on receival, you cannot guarantee your profits. And when the taxman comes to you and says, "We've looked at your books, you owe us this," yeah, but SirToshi said to keep it all in BSV because he said it was going to go up one day, and now we can't really afford the fucking 20 grand tax bill. We don't give a fuck, Nick. We don't give a fuck, yeah? Either bankrupt yourself or pay us our money, you fool, yeah, is the answer you get back from these people. But in BSV people, you explain that, and none of them have done a business, so they just go, yeah, but the technology is great and it works really well, and it's really nice, and you can put a salmon on the blockchain. Well, fucking start a business then, you fucking dickheads, yeah? Get in the real world, right? Have a go, yeah? Get yourself out there, start a business, put the effort in like Ben and I did, and then you'll see for yourselves how important Michael Hudson was. And that's not a dish at SirToshi, because SirToshi's been very open from the start. He wants to talk about this, which is fine, but there's others out there who give it the big one. Daniel Krawitz, where's his business? Where is it?
Well, he doesn't need it, mate. He was an early investor in BTC.
Where's his contribution to Bitcoin? I know what you're saying, Toshi. Sorry, dude, but where's his contribution to Bitcoin? This man who talks so poignantly on Bitcoin. Yeah,
he created Bitcoin files. That was great.
Fuck all, mate. Yeah, he's just a joker, mate. Yeah, and all of these people are, mate. Like none of them have got any ability, as far as I'm concerned. They certainly can't do what Ben and I done. They haven't got that in them. Do you know what I mean?
Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because like I said, I'm still studying. But what I learned so far on the BSV Association and things related to it, that there are numerous businesses that are waiting for the green light before Terra Node comes online. So there are businesses that are waiting to be able to launch, but it's things that still have to take place before that time comes, before businesses can start using it. I guess it's more of a question now, I believe.
No, I agree with you, man. I mean, people do say that there's companies lined up and all this sort of stuff. They do, and they've been saying it for years. But as of yet, none of these companies have really done anything. Like, you know, you have all these promising companies that Calvin chucks a load of money into, and then they all turn around and do bollocks all and go to dinner parties, spending Calvin's money, saying things like, "Can I explain Merkle trees to you?" Right? And it's all on Calvin Ayre's money. You know, so Jack Liu pointed this out years ago, Bearoshi, in terms of the entrepreneurial side of it, we had no investment and I'd say minimal support, right? But if you've got Calvin Ayre behind you and you manage to blag him on some bullshit business that you know that you don't care about, for example, putting salmon on a fucking blockchain or whatever, yeah, you know that you can just write yourself £250,000, £300,000 a year on salary. Oh, Calvin, listen, I'm sorry, dude, money's run out. You know, can we just nick us another 2 million about this Bitcoin business? And it's a bit like that, Bearoshi. There's nothing much going on, like really going on. And then as we get into it more as entrepreneurs, you start to realize, is the only use case of this putting something on a blockchain like Toshi was describing that is really boring if you're an entrepreneur creative?
Besides the salmon being on, we're talking about transactions too, not just putting something on the blockchain. We're talking transactions.
Where are they?
Okay. Now, before we get too far ahead, I want to answer questions because I like for this to be up front. They're really the test that took place on Terranode, and it's still up right now. The alpha testing that they did consistently did over 1 million transactions per second. This is just the alpha testing. It's not saying you can run on it now. We're just testing it to make sure once it do go on the main net, it'll be able to run fluently for businesses to come on to, then they could start transacting, putting things on the blockchain.
Yeah, that's the theory, and they used to do these tests.
Well, it's not a theory. That's facts. Nick,
hold on, mate. Sorry, one moment, right? Before you turned up, as the knight in shining armor alongside SirToshi, I was running businesses on BSV, mate. Right? Yeah, I was running fucking businesses on BSV, bro, when you was in your dad's ball bag, right? And I'm joking, bro, but I was though. Now, what happens when they do those tests when you're live is that your payments that you're trying to do as a business get skewed. Then people have a go at you because you don't act like your dad's got a degree and a master's, even though my dad has got a degree and a master's, and my mum and my brother. But I don't act like that, you see, that my whole family's got degrees, because we're not those sorts of people, right? And so because I acted like that and I was a normal person, everyone would blame me for those transactions. Nick, you fucking shit, mate. Why is your business not working? Well, no, it's not us. It's that BSV node over there is fucking shit. But we're not allowed to say it in case Calvin and Craig hear. So what you get then is Handcash blaming us. They stay quiet and they say, well, we're not going to get involved. And I fucking blow my top thinking, well, all we've done is clear up everyone's code because our coding team's very well skilled, right? Very skilled, So we've cleaned up all their code and stuff like that. And we've sort of isolated places where their coders actually made things fail. But then when you really look into the bigger picture, it's because the whole thing from the top was crap anyway, right? So I'm just saying, Bearoshi, I don't know what it's like now because I don't have any recent experience of it. But we heard the same messages time and time again. And then as an entrepreneur, you've got to explain to these people where their 5 pence is because your payments didn't work. Why? Because they were testing this silly Terranode and it bollocksed up all our real transactions. So that's the experience I've had with it. It makes businesses fall out because it didn't turn up. And then you've got to explain to your customers, well, we paid for this and we didn't get this. And then why is everyone complaining about this? We can see it on social media.
I wouldn't even want to put my business on any node or blockchain if they still testing it. I'd rather wait until they get
No, you're missing the point, mate. They said BSV was open and ready for business. So obviously me and my business partner, we like a fight, don't we? So
are you saying that you lost transactions on the network?
Yeah, we did. I don't know if we lost them. You have to ask Ben about that because, again, Toshi, I don't really care about the technicalities of these things.
Yeah, but it's a timestamp server. You can't lose. That's the whole point of having a data network like this.
Yeah, well, transactions didn't go through for Handcash. Transactions didn't go through for Handcash. Let me explain it very simple to you. Transactions that should have gone through didn't go through until a fucking button was pressed or some code was changed. Okay, there you go. Right. If you want the full explanation, ask Ben. Yeah, but you may not understand what he's on about because he talks in computer jargon when he does that stuff. We'll have to ask him to put it in basics, but it was crap when we used it, Bearoshi. I'm sorry to break that news to you, but it was crap. Perhaps it's better now.
Sound like not BSV.
And Dean Little was the other one, quite famously a few years ago, Dean Little's another entrepreneur. Don't get on with the guy. Yeah, I'd fight him, right? 100% I'd fight him if he wanted a little fucking free rounder or whatever. But fair play to him for being an entrepreneur who does get stuck in. He's a coder, and apparently one of the best coders in BSV, or in terms of retail businesses. And do you know what he said about the blockchain? He said it's dog shit as well, right? Yeah. He said it was dog shit, yeah. He laughed at it. He said this is shit. Because when you look behind the fucking doors, Toshi, and you look at all this code, it's not what you lot think, right? It's not as good as what you lot think in our opinion, yeah? But until you start really using it, you don't get to see that. You don't get to see that they don't update stuff. You don't get to see that they don't give a shit about it. You don't get to see that, they ask you to report bugs and then you report the bugs and they don't even get back to you and the bug stays there for 2 months. You don't get to see all that. All you guys get to see is a Craig Wright speech where he goes, I can afford to buy your country and one day BSV is going to go to the moon. That's all you guys get. But trust me, when you get on there and you start using it in business, our experience at that time wasn't great. It worked most of the time, Toshi. But then when anything big went on and they were doing the tests and that, no, we had problems, bruv. And it was well bad because we had to explain it. And like I say, because I haven't got problems with my confidence like Daniel Krawitz, I don't need to sort of try and pretend to you or anyone that I'm smart. I know what I am.
But are you sure? Are you sure it was an issue with the network, or it sounds like it to me? It sounds to me like it was a problem with the issue with the wallet provider.
No, it wasn't, mate. It wasn't, because then I've heard Ancash talking about it as well, and Brandon Bryant, and then Alex has left now, hasn't he? You know, Alex Agout's left now, and yeah, Brandon Bryant as well. So I've heard them talking about exactly the same thing, and I sort of wrote to them privately and said, listen, lads, you know, we sort of had an inkling this was the case. We just want to put our hand out and say, we're sorry for mugging you off in public, because no one would take the blame. Yeah, none of your big boys would take the blame and just say, listen, I know this shit, right? So you can look into it more if you want, Toshi, yeah, but this was a few years ago, right? But unfortunately for this conversation, that's our experience with it. I wish I had Ben here who could explain the computer side better, because I don't care about it. But it was very embarrassing as an entrepreneur. You know, that's the truth, Toshi. It's truth, bro. But
maybe we can have a chat with Ben next time.
Right? Yeah? Hey, 9 out of 10 times, Toshi, it was all right, yeah? It was. Like, you've got to give credit where credit is due. 9 out of 10 times, it was brilliant. You know? And that's the thing, Bearoshi, mate. It's all well and good spouting your mouth off. You haven't done nothing. But you have to remember all along, mate, me and my business partners been balls deep in businesses in BSV as well. And we actually went for it because we thought at the time that's what Craig and others wanted, was people to do business on it. Then what we realised when we started a business was, no, what people want is attention. Yeah? People want to stand on stage in front of 60 people and say, I'm the man. You ain't the fucking man when I'm in the room. I'm the fucking man.
So, off what you just said, your last statements, so what have Bitcoin did? Like, have you been successful on that blockchain then?
What, on BTC?
Yes.
No, because as I explained before, Bearoshi, there's nothing we can do on BTC because of how high the fees are and how complicated Lightning Network is for our coding team. I won't allow my coding team to go near it because it's too much for them. It's not fair. Like, I don't want to kill my own coding team and bury them in work because the thing's been so badly designed. And as SirToshi pointed out a couple of shows ago, when he was talking about the intricacies of how Lightning works and stuff like that as well, why not just go to a bank if you're going to use Lightning? Why not just go to a bank in town? You might as well. Probably get the same fees and the same service. So we can't do business on BTC, but if something came out that made it able to fling BTC around, let's say they reintroduced opcodes or whatever they call it and all that sort of stuff, we'd look at it because of how big the BTC brand is. But what we would do, I'm not sure. You know, but we would look at it because of the size of the brand and look for an opportunity. But now I've done micro payments on PayPal in fiat and they work really well.
That was going to be my next question. Like, what did you find worked for your business?
Well, we went into the real world because, again, we thought people wanted entrepreneurs to go off into the real world and not just stay in Bitcoin. So my business partner and I went into the boxing community because I'm a massive boxing fan. I can't fight. I'm a pussy hole, yeah. But I love watching men's fighting and women's fighting. So we tried to help the Bitcoin, the boxing community, who at the time were struggling on social media, just like BSV.
Mate, you can watch men and women fighting and women's boxing in the current Olympics.
We'll come back to that. Right? But so we tried it in boxing, Bearoshi, because everyone kept saying about how we need to get this into the real world. So Ben and I thought people were actually being serious about that. So we went off into the real world and went to work with the boxing community. And it took us 2 weeks of hard labor to get one person to sign up to wanting to receive BSV. Okay, 2 weeks. When we switched on PayPal and we started doing payments in PayPal in fiat, which everybody wants, we got 250 customers in the first week. Right? So people did not want the BSV because no one knew what it was. And then they accused us of being scammers. And then we got about 200 to sign up to the fiat, right? And then the problem we had then was because we tried to get everyone on BSV, the whole boxing community just called us scammers and they completely ostracized us. And we wasted a year and we were unable to do the business, yeah? Because they thought we were scammers because of BSV. That's what happened, right? So nobody in the real world, when we tried to experiment in it, in that type of business, wanted it. But like I say, I don't think your Bitcoin is designed for creativity and people like me that's creative, of high energy levels and creative and wants to do stuff. I think it's more designed for people who just literally want to, like we were saying before, like just put in things like that fucking tablet there was there at that time. That tablet was there. Like, that's just not interesting to me. Bearoshi. It's not, I wake up depressed every day if that's my business. Whereas in 2 hours' time, I'm meeting a room full of people and we're smashing it to AI music in my dance class, yeah? And I'm proper hype right now. Do you understand what I mean? Right? So I have to be doing things, bruv, where I'm hype. And there's no businesses in BSV really that really hype me, apart from micropayments. But like I say, if you can do them in fiat at the levels that we wanted to do at, which was a tenth of a penny, and we was doing that in fiat, there's no point in using something like BSV because people don't want it unless you want to go bankrupt for the sake of supporting Craig Wright.
Well, thing is, I'd go back to the old, the expression of it. If something is useful, it's valuable. If something is useless, it's worthless. It's just BSV will be unbelievably useful with Terranode. I think Terranode's like the final coup de grace, you know?
It's nothing anyone can do with it as a consumer, really. You can't spend it anywhere, you can't do it, you know.
Well, not yet, but with the economic incentive will come to accept it and use it as a medium of exchange once the utility is demonstrated.
I think people will use fiat probably. That's my prediction.
Well, time will tell. Look, boys, this has been an awesome chat. We've been going for like 1 hour 25 minutes. Oh my god, holy shit! This has been. I've actually really enjoyed this. Should we like schedule it in to do it again sometime?
Yeah, I mean, just whenever, man. I'm about whenever, guys. You know, I'm quite busy these days, Toshi. So I'm trying to catch you on an ad hoc basis. Yeah, when I've got a bit of time going. So I'll offer that at the moment.
Yeah,
you know.
That's all right.
I think it would be better if you two had some bollocks on you and showed your fucking faces and showed your names. Yeah, and stop being pussy holes, right? You know what I mean, Bearoshi? You sound like a bad man, mate. You sound like you've come from some ends or something, mate. You know what I mean? Like you've got a bit about you. Don't be scared of these lot, mate. No one's going to come to your house, mate, in BTT. They don't care about you, bruv. Right? I literally invited them to my house in Tunbridge Wells. There's about 3 black people here. I'm one of them, right? And no one came to my house, mate. They don't care about me, right? I'm a nice guy. I'm not, you know, you're nice people. Like no one's going to kill you for supporting a blockchain, mate. And trust me, it won't happen. Like it won't happen, mate. I just think you two might want to consider that. And like no one's after you guys.
Yeah, but mate, they might think I'm ugly.
No, they won't think you're ugly. Don't be silly, mate. Jimmy Wynn was all over you. You said with your blonde hair and blue eyes. You said, right? You know, I'm just saying, guys. Like, it would actually get more engagement, but I'm not. You know, I'm not one to sort of tell what to do, but I'm just trying to help. You know, like I do think you would get a lot more engagement if your faces were out there. You know, just as a friend. You know,
we'll have to think about it. You know, but mate, this has been awesome. I'll wrap up the show because like 1 hour 27 is going to look a little bit long, but at least it'll give plenty of other people a bit of time to chill out while they're listening to the banter. So yeah, I want to thank you boys very much, and I will tell you what. Actually, just one more thing before we go, just so we can chat on this. I'll just show this on the screen. I don't know if you've seen this, Bearoshi, but Michael Scott, who is at Lemonhead. Said here, breaking alert, the information I'm sharing is critical to your future ability to survive and thrive on this planet. As part of deep state research completed recently, I've reviewed 20 blockchain patents granted to N-Chain Licensing AG and CSW in the month of July 2024. By the end, I was left aghast by the realization of what I was witnessing. There is no simple way to convey the staggering level of technical outlines, configurations, and implementations interwoven across a complex architectural blockchain and network fabric. In my estimation, the inventor of Bitcoin has spent the last 6 years performing a forklift upgrade of the original Bitcoin system with a complete architectural overhaul. This time, his inventions to be debuted are filed and patented each step of the way. I believe this represents a virtuoso. This is his Mona Lisa, Michelangelo Sistine Chapel. The white paper was merely the first sketch, and then he's got a full list of granted patents for July 2024, which is mapping keys to a blockchain overlay network, protocol for validating blockchain transactions, malleability of transactions for inclusion in a blockchain, computer implemented system and method for managing transactions over a blockchain network, script-based blockchain transactions, computer implemented system and method for sharing a common secret preliminary class, adapting connections of a layered network, fast propagation of recent transactions over a blockchain network. And these are all patents that have been granted with the numbers next to them. Secure dynamic threshold signature scheme employing trusted hardware. Verification of data fields of blockchain transactions. Agent-based Turing complete transactions integrating feedback with a blockchain system. Blockchain implemented method and system for access control on remote internet enabled resources. Partitioning a blockchain network. Constraints on output of an unlocking transaction in blockchain. And the last one, computer implemented system and methods for off-chain exchange of transactions pertaining to a distributed ledger. I mean, it looks epic, mate. This is what is coming. And this is July 2024.
Wow. Yeah.
It's massive.
I'm looking at that. That's yeah. All I hear is salmon and wait and see.
Yeah. I'd agree. Yeah, absolutely sit and wait and see. But this is what I'm saying about, if you know what's coming, this is what we're discussing.
What's his name?
Michael Scott.
Right, here's a message for Michael Scott from me. Michael, shut the fuck up, will you?
Mate, he's just outlining the list of granted patents.
Michael, no one knows what the fuck you're on about, mate. Would you do us all a favour? Put it in fucking English,
mate.
Right?
I know what he's on about.
Stop trying to flex your intellectual muscles with your Asians and your Asians and your Asians. No one cares. How about you try and put that message in English where fucking people that don't speak your complicated fucking bollocks
mate, it's not that complicated.
Don't give a shit about Michelangelo, right? Yeah, no one gives a fuck about Michelangelo. Do you understand me, Michael? Yeah, you just stop boring people. Stop trying to be Craig Wright, yeah? Be yourself, Michael. Find your fucking ball bag, right? And be yourself. If you want, mate, let's have a straightener. Me and you, Chris Truman could be the referee. I think that'd help you, mate. Sort your fucking testosterone out. Start talking respectfully to people, and then maybe people will listen to you.
Yeah, he's just reporting on what he's discovered.
He's just a dickhead, mate. You can't fucking communicate. It's just another one. Just another one. The message won't get out, will it?
Well, if nobody talks about it, it won't. But that's why I'm bringing it up.
He's presented it in such a way where he's tried to flex his intellectual muscles, like all of you. My dad's got a master's. Everyone, I'm slightly more intelligent than everyone else. Just chill out, mate, and fucking put it in English. He hasn't got the ability.
Well, I thought I said it. Salmon and wait and see. That's English.
Yeah, I know. Come on, mate. You know what I'm saying, you Wally, right? I could use big words with you, and I can tell already that you'd understand them. And SirToshi, but this Michael doesn't get that. He doesn't get that the masses read the Sun newspaper. Yeah, so he doesn't get the masses use TikTok, and he doesn't get the masses fucking about on Instagram and all that same old shit. So again, that will appeal to about 30, 40 intellectual. Oh, look, his patents are working. To everyone else, it's like I'm falling asleep because my eyes have gone. Don't know what he's on about. And I'm bored now. Where's Hawk Tour? I want to see us get on some fucking penises. Sorry, guys.
But Hawk Tour is obviously going to be a distraction. But usually what happens in society is you get the intellectual people who are the creatives. You get the smart people who
bullshit.
recognise...
Don't listen to him, guys. Don't listen to him, guys. Don't listen to him.
Mate, we've got smartphones and iPhones and laptops and decks.
Professional dancer, guys. Yeah, I'm a very creative person. I write songs as well. Don't listen to his shit. That's not right.
I'm telling you.
Creative people come in all shapes and sizes and all walks of life. And some of the most creative people I know are in central London. They left school when they was 12 years old. And these are proper creative people, right? Don't listen to these people, guys. Don't let them fucking infiltrate your mind with this bullshit. Educational prejudice.
Mate, you get intellectual people who discover and create stuff.
Big up all the creative people out there.
The smart people recognise the intellectual people, and then everybody else follows the smart people because the smart people are cool.
Mate, you don't even know what creative people are, mate.
I'm talking about smart people.
But you don't even know what them are either, right?
Mate, it takes one to know one. I would say I recognise a smart person.
You lot think you're smart, yeah, but none of you are smart. And all of my AI robots are 20 million times smarter than any of you, yeah.
But they're not real.
No,
they're not living and breathing, are they?
Information better than you guys ever can, without a shadow of doubt. And they can sing better than a lot of my favourite singers as well. That's why we'll be playing their music in my dance class tonight, and everyone will be asking me, Nicky New, where did you get this tune? I want this tune, fam. You get me? Yeah. But guys, no, I'm sorry. It's nice to hear about your little patents there, but no one understood a word of it. I was half asleep, Toshi. No one cares. No one cares. Sorry, dude, but no one cares, do they?
Well, yeah, but that's a difference of opinion. I was actually quite fascinated by it.
Yeah, you are, and so is Bearoshi, because you want your number up and you want a Lamborghini. But people out there, mate, put that next to Hawk Tour. Guys.
Well, that's not a good comparison because she's not adding anything, no value.
Exactly. Yeah. No, exactly. That's a good one.
Oh man.
Well, I suppose that would depend on your point of view.
Well, from my point of view of Michael, is piss off, Michael, mate. Stop fucking annoying people's ears and come back when you've got something decent to say that people understand. Otherwise, just fuck off and leave everyone alone, mate. Only 40 people are listening to you, Michael, yeah? And no one gives a shit about your patents, yeah? Unless you put it in language where people actually understand what you're on about. In fact, don't do it. Don't do a written message, Michael. Get in 2024, you dickhead, and make a video, yeah? Do that. And on your video, perhaps speak in English as well. You know, put a nice title on there. Do it on CapCut.
Well, he's got 437 views on it so far.
Wow, mate, fucking hell! That's like if he does that another 100,000 times, he might actually be in the realms of Michael Saylor on one of Michael Saylor's posts. So maybe if you add his next 40,000 posts together, you got Michael.
Yeah, but isn't Michael Saylor just riding on the back of BTC?
Mate, I don't know what he's doing, Toshi. I'm simply talking about his social media numbers, and you keep reverting back to what Craig's told you about the white paper. So it's quite a funny conversation because I'm just talking about his social media numbers and how far he's reaching. And if anyone's going to deny that, fair enough, but you will look stupid denying it. Like, Craig Wright is not an influencer anywhere near compared to people like Michael Saylor. Not a chance. Yeah, bums. That's like Anthony Joshua fighting a little old lady. It's just an unfair fight. It's true.
Isn't it like the men? Isn't it like the men boxing the women in the 2024 Olympics?
Oh, mate, that poor woman. You know, and a tiny little jaw, you know, and you've got a full-on man cracking her with a straight right, straight through the jaw. And as soon as she's felt that power and she felt her head snap back like that, she knew straight away, I've got to take a knee, otherwise I could get injured here.
Mate, there should be a bloke doing to him what he's doing to them. It's outrageous.
Yeah, no, it's bad, isn't it? I feel sorry for women, mate. Women's sports, it's well out of order. Yeah. It's just well out of order, you know. Especially boxing as well. And what man in their right mind would want to fight a woman? Apart from Daniel Kravitz or someone like that, do you know what I mean? You'd understand, wouldn't you? But, you know, why would any man want to actually physically fight a woman, mate? I think it would take a good 8-10 punches off a woman who wasn't of a professional standard, obviously, before I was even going to say, listen, please stop now because I'm going to lose my temper in a minute. You know what I mean?
Mate, it's wrong. It's wrong is what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Fucking wrong.
I agree. It's bad, man. It's bad. It's like it's as wrong as you lot thinking you're going to fucking do anything in Bitcoin.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. Anyway, boys, this has been awesome. I've actually really enjoyed it. It's been a great afternoon chatting with you, boys. So what I'll do is I'll end it here, and then if we're doing this again, I'll just send out the links, and then you boys can jump on whenever.
Can I say one more thing before we finish, Toshi?
What? Big up BTC.
Big up BTC. Big up Peter McCormack. Big up Jingles. Big up Michael Saylor. Big up that fit bird, Natalie Brunel. And big up the whole of BTC social media. I love y'all, man. I don't really. Big them up.
All right, boys. Nice one. We'll leave it there. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and we will be back soon. Catch you guys later.